Good afternoon, Internet. I'm your host, HazelPlace89, and welcome to Forza Motorsport 7. I plan on doing some drag racing today, but not just any drag racing. Let's look in, let's see what cars we have. So we'll go to the garage here. We have the 370Z that I was working with earlier. But we're not going to use that. Instead, let's doctor our Grand National up a little bit. Okay. So let's select the Grand National, tune and upgrade. So we've got a 300,000 credits in the bank here. So let's just apply a few, put some special sauce in our Buick Grand National. So I don't know exactly what motor is in there right now, but I think that we could do with a 6.2 V8, 7.0 V8, or the 5.9 V8. Now, because I'm building a drag car, I want power. So I'm thinking that this will get us up there. You can see that our horsepower and torque cross closer at around 5500 RPMs. So let's do it. I'm not afraid. Okay. And then if you really wanted to get crazy with it, you know, all-wheel drive would work really well because all four tires would be contacting the ground. But I don't want to do a full drivetrain swap. So let's go and remove our restrictor plates to give us even more horsepower and torque as well. I don't understand the warning signs here on the left. I don't understand. Even in Horizon 4, I never understood, you know, the classes and stuff. But what we are more interested in this, since we're building a drag car, is this information here. With this, as it is right now, with just the restrictor plate removed and the 5.9, we've got decent numbers there, but you know, we can pump those numbers up. We can pump those numbers up. So let's just go ahead, for the sake of it, put all racing parts in here. We're gonna go for racing spring and dampers, because with the, you'll be able to adjust your bounce and stuff in the tune, and we'll tune it as well. We'll get all of our upgrade parts installed, and then we will tune. And you can see as we're putting parts on, our quarter mile is decreasing, or it's changing. I'm not sure about decreasing. So we're at 11.5 right now. So if we put our roll cage in it, which is something you will need, yeah, we're at 10.9. So let's just go ahead, get a weight reduction. Will that do anything? Okay, so a rate reduction, we'll drop it by 670 pounds, and we're increasing our quarter mile speed, which is what we want. So all of that is done. Let's see what we can do with our drivetrain. Now for this, you really want the best clutch that you can get, which is the racing clutch, because you can see here it doesn't show necessarily, but it cuts your shift time by a couple hundredths of a second, and those hundredths of a second make all the difference when you're racing, drag racing, as it were. And then just again, transmission to get our shift time even like quicker. Racing drive line reduces weights. You're cutting about 20 pounds, 16 to 20 pounds off whenever you throw your racing drive shaft on. And now for our diff, same thing with this. You want to use the racing diff because it'll really help the back wheels, because this is a real wheel drive vehicle. It really helps the back wheels engage whenever they're supposed to. There's not as much slip in the differential. Alright, now for the fun bit. Tires and rims. Now, tires make a big difference. Tires make a huge difference. So let's look at our class here. We're at S750 with the street tires that we have on their stock. But if we put drag radials on it, we're almost at 800 class, I guess. And also here you can see that our handling is dramatically increased. Our acceleration's gone up, and our braking has also increased just by upgrading the tires here. Okay, and so now what we can do, work on tire width. Now, tire width, it sounds like almost common sense, but the wider your tires are, the more surface area is on the track, the more, and therefore the more grip that you have. And for the rear tires, I'm just going to go with the widest that I can. The widest tires that we have, which is a 330 or 345 35 R16. And then we have rim options, and what you can do here is look for a lightweight rim, because if you get a heavy rim, like this is adding 11 pounds to our curb weight, and it's dropping our class rating. So these rims, for instance, I'm not going to use them, but they're reduced weight by 31 pounds. And I don't think we want those exactly, but they have some pretty decent rim options here. I'd like to have like some drag rims just to fit the aesthetic. And I think that they're on this one. Those are the rims that we have. Buick Regal. Oh yeah, specialized rim. So let's just look and see what we have here. Drag rims. I mean, and they're not super glamorous. They're not the prettiest, but they're drag tires. So, I mean, I kind of really do like those. Those right there. So let's get. So they're both the same thing. They're the same manufacturer. That's why they look the same. I kind of do like the bronze all around the tire, where the rim of the tire bead meet, but let's just go with the just plain old silver ones for right now. Okay, and since we got aftermarket rims, we can change the tire size, like the rim size. We have 17s, 18s, 19s, and 20s. But honestly, put 17s on, because I think 17s will be the best balance for making sure that we don't make it too heavy. Okay, and so with these splitters and things, you're able to tune your downforce and things of that nature. And it does add a little bit of weight, but I think it'll be fine. The sheer amount of amazingness that we'll get out of it will more than make up for it. Now, honestly, I'm not sure if that would fit the motor that's in there or not, because it's got the huge supercharger on the top with the massive intake. But I think that we could do something a little more subtle. Not really filling the giant nose. It reminds me of Squidward from SpongeBob on the hood there. Do you kind of like that? But one of these two fits the drag car aesthetic more. So I mean, yeah. We could just keep it stock and have this silly little bump on the hood there, but you know, I think let's get the go for that. Let's just, you know, why not? We're here for a good time, you know. Yeah, and so you can see like the difference that we're getting here. Okay, so let's go back here. Alright, so there's a trick here. What you can do is, what you want to do is you want to hold your brake. Red. There we go. Good launch. What do we have? Okay, a 10-0. Or 10-1. Okay, so let's take a look at this here. Our total, 10.1 seconds on the quarter mile. Reaction time was 0.333. 60 foot was 1.9. But again, the 60 foot will get better if I can work on my launch, my reaction speed. My final speed was 158 miles an hour. Okay, so let's do another pass, and after this third pass, we will go back and tune. I'll show you how I like to tune my drag cars. There we go. Bad launch again. Lando's out in front. But just about a third of the way down the track, I catch him. But I think that I can fix that in tune. Okay, so I was actually a little slower, I think. I was slower on this pass than I was the second pass by 1/10 of a second. My reaction time went up, so that's what got me. My 60-foot time is about the same. Trap speed is pretty much exactly the same. So, okay, let's go back now, and we will tune our Grand National. Okay, so let's go here and here. Okay, what I like to do is I like to adjust tire pressure, because if you have your tires overinflated, you'll like they'll ball and they'll round, and you won't have the optimal amount of surface area. So what I like to do, before we start, let's just get an idea of what we have here. Basically, what I'm looking at is our quarter mile speed. Okay, as it is right now, with everything set just normal, unchanged, untuned, our quarter mile speed is a 10.0 ideally. 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds, which is fast. 0 to 100 in 5.7, which is also fast, and a quarter mile in 10.0. When our top speed is 228 miles an hour. Now the top speed, you'll modify, you'll be able to change top speed in the gearing tab, but for now, let's just keep an eye on our 10.0 right here. So let's take first of all, I want to take our rear tire pressure. Let's drop it down to 25. So that brought it up. Our quarter mile speed actually increased. So, but let's try and take this down. Okay, so it's a 10.1, and that is not what we want. So maybe our tires are already optimized for... Okay, so that's interesting. 10037, and then I think 35 gave me a 10034. Nope, same. So let's actually leave our tire pressure as it is. And see, the thing about it is, you tune, you test, you retune, you test some more, and you retune until you find the optimal tune settings for what you want to achieve. And what I want is to just be able to hit a quarter mile very quickly. And that's not necessarily, you know, having a high top speed, because a high top speed means that's how fast you are later on. A quarter mile is really not that far of a distance. What you want to be able to do is cover that shorter distance in a very fast amount of time. And what happens sometimes is, like this for instance, like if you have a higher gear ratio, you'll be able to accelerate quicker, and while a lower ratio, you know, as it says here, provides a better top speed. So like this top knob here, which is what I'll be handling for the most part, if it's all the way to the left, we'll be able to go super fast. But if it's all the way to the right, over on the right, we'll be able to get where we need to go quicker, which is hard to explain, but we'll show you. So we left the tires alone. So let's work on the final drive here. So let's drop, what were we at? We were at a 292, okay? And our quarter mile speed is a 10.02. So let's see if we can, it says that to get acceleration like out of the gate, you want to have it higher. But let's see here. And we have a graph in the bottom left as well to kind of show us what exactly is taking place. So if this first line that's on the left is all the way left there, like this, theoretically, it should be a super fast. Like, it should launch well, I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Final drive is the last multiplier of the torque before it reaches the wheels. As such, it has an effect in every gear. Adjusting the final drive ratio affects acceleration and top speed. A higher ratio provides better acceleration, while a lower ratio provides better top speed. Okay, so what I'm going to do, let's just come back here. Because you're on a quarter mile track, so you're not going to hit 6 in a quarter mile. Or you might. I mean, I don't know. But let's just drop it all the way down. 2.2. And that's got us at 9 seconds on a quarter mile. And our top speed is 227 mile an hour. So honestly, I feel like I'm rambling, but let's just apply that. Well, let's cancel. And then we'll apply that later. You can leave your alignment alone. Alignment is more about, since we're going in a straight line, we don't have to worry about alignment necessarily. I mean, you probably could if you wanted to, but it's like aligning your car in such a way that where it can handle turns well. Like on a NASCAR track, you'll align your tires in a different way for cornering. So let's take and put that at 0. Okay. So we have the camber at 0. So that basically keeps the tires up, like straight up and down. So that's good. Anti-roll bars. Anti-roll bars, they're called anti-sway bars, provide extra roll stiffness when cornering by tying the left and right suspension together. This allows control of body roll without affecting load transfer under braking and acceleration. Decreasing front anti-roll stiffness generally reduces understeer, while increasing front anti-roll stiffness increases understeer. Okay. I think we'll leave this alone because this is more for cornering, and we're not doing that because we're in a drag car. So, ride height and springs. I think we want to increase our stiffness of our spring. So let's jump you up to about. We'll test. We'll test this. Let's go 750 because mad lads. Why not? 750.2. Just want to see what it does. Okay, close enough. And then let's drop you down to let's slam it all the way down. Okay. So basically what this has done is I've stiffened our suspension up and I've lowered the car. So theoretically that means that our like it should stick to the ground really well. Yeah. And because I'm trying to think. I mean, we'll see. You know, if a stiffer suspension or a softer suspension will help in drag racing. Because honestly, I have no idea. So it's a learning experience. Rebound stiffness. We want to start with bump stiffness first. Yeah. So we want to have a low bump stiffness. So let's drop you down to like 2.5 on both. And then we want to take... Okay, so our quarter mile actually increased back up to 10.8 or 10.0. But I think that'll be fine. The car is fast either way. So let's... lowering front rebound dampening speed will transfer weight to the rear wheels. Rear wheels. Talking is hard during acceleration. So we want to increase this. Let's do that to about 9. Why not? That actually made our stop speed go way up. We'll figure it out. Okay, downforce increasing. Okay, let's go here. And let's go about here. Roughly double. Wonder if we can get a lot of downforce. Okay, and then just brake stuff. We don't need brakes where we're going. Acceleration can be adjusted. Okay. So let's jump you. That did something fun. Okay. 10.87, and this also was 10.87. So I feel like about halfway through is where we want to be. Yeah, 85%. Let's put 85% of our acceleration there. Okay, let's apply this thing. Let's apply this tune to this car, and we're gonna go for a test drive. Who are we racing? We're racing the Aventador again, or the Lamborghini. Yeah, buddy. 9.9. Okay, Yeah, dude. Okay, so let's take a look at our stats here. Our total time was a 9.9 because you add your reaction time to your elapsed time, I guess. I suppose that's how that works. Our reaction time was 0.2 of a second, which is pretty good. 60-foot time at 1.98, and our top speed of 158 mile an hour. Okay, that was good. But what I want to do, let's just take a few more passes, maybe 2 or 3 more passes here on the quarter mile, just so we can establish a really decent sample. That was a good launch. I feel like my rear tires are spinning and not getting enough grip to the track. Okay, so we were slightly slower that run by 1/10 of a second. Our total was elapsed time was 9.8 seconds. Reaction time 0.2. 60 foot 1.9. That was slow. 158 miles an hour again, but our total time went up to 10:0 on the quarter. All right, one more time, and then we can go back and adjust our tune again. Race again. I'd like to get in the mid-9s with this car, and I know it's possible. I have a Camaro that runs mid-9s. Bring that out someday too. That's a fun car. Just the launch is super slow, and I'm not sure how I feel about it. Okay, and again, it was the launch that got me that time again. So it was a 9.8 elapsed. Our reaction time again was 0.2 of a second, almost 0.3 of a second. Our 60-foot time was slow. So yeah, let's go back now, and since we know that we've run low 10s and super high 9s through those 3 passes, let's go back and we'll tune up. We'll work on the tune a little more. Is it going to be the Lambo again? It is. He just doesn't want to let us go off easy. That was a good launch. What are we going to hit? What are we going to hit? 9.8. Okay. 9.8. A reaction time of 1/10 of a second. Okay, 60 foot was 1.9. I want to get my 60 foot to drop, and I think I can do that. Trap speed was 159 miles an hour. Our total time 9.876, which is incredibly funny. All right, our Grand National is starting to produce like we want it to. I think at this point now it's going to be me figuring out the best way to come off the line, and I think what I need to do is not rev out all the way to the limiter, to not like that, but kind of hover around 7,000. Oh no, that was a bad launch. 10.2. That was not pretty. I was overthinking it. My reaction time was a full half a second. Ugh. Okay. Let's just try that again. Let's have our last pass be a fantastically beautiful, wonderful drag. Wonderful pass. again, the launch. I need to figure out how I can get this car to launch very well. A 10.3, and again, I mean, I felt faster that pass, but it was a 10.3. It's the reaction time that's getting me, because the elapsed time, like not counting reaction, was really good. But yeah, stay tuned. I'm going to over the next week, I'm gonna tweak and work on our Buick we've got here. Work on the tuning so I can get her running and fast. And next week we'll come back and I will show you what we've done. But yeah, just let me know your thoughts. If you have any tricks and tips to help with our drag racing endeavors, that would be fantastic. Leave your comments down below. Subscribe if you haven't, or don't subscribe. My feelings are not hurt. Thumbs up or thumbs down, because it is what it is. If you like the video, great. If not, that's cool too. It's not gonna bother me at all. But yeah, stay tuned for some more Forza and potentially other videos, other games. I stream on Twitch Thursday, Friday, Saturday, beginning at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So be on the lookout for that, and I will catch you guys on the flip side.